Hello and welcome back to the PES 2020 Master League with AS Roma. Now before we start, I immediately have to get this out of the way because it was a very silly thing I did and I should be rightly mocked and ridiculed for it. So this was actually meant to be episode 3 of season 2, but what happened was when I recorded it all yesterday, everything went fine, commentary exported perfectly fine, went back to get the capture, and I forgot to record the capture, so I did. So I had no visuals, only my commentary over the top, which irritated me greatly. I threw a strop, not unlike a 5-year-old. So basically, yeah, there is no episode 2. This is technically episode 2.5, we'll call it, because I am an absolute idiot and I can only apologise because we got quite a bit done in that episode, which is why I was so angry that we lost it all. So I'm going to quickly recap what happened. So as we can just put this all behind us and forget it ever happened. So the first thing you will see is the calendar at the bottom of the screen. We played the opening game of the season against Parma, won that by 2-1. Zaniolo in the 11th minute, Dzeko in the 21st minute got the goals, and then they equalised they got a goal back in about the 86th, 87th minute or so from a corner. Not too bad, but we did get the win, which is always good. El Shaarawy made his debut in that game on the left hand side. And we got the opening day win. We also ended up selling Davide Zappacosta to Bournemouth. He of course had only 1 year left on his contract. He wanted to leave, so we thought we'll cash in on him. And Bournemouth, they came in with an initial around about an £8 million bid. We bumped them up to about 10. So Davide Zappacosta went back out for about £10 million to Bournemouth. So we need a new right back, which we're going to address shortly. As well as letting Zappacosta go, we did bring in 2 new players into the club. This is the important stuff. We finally solved our centre-back problem with Martinez Quarta out of River Plate, 80 rated, 24 years old, and you know how much we paid for him? 7.5 million quid. An absolute steal. So that solved the problem I was having. I wanted to get a quality centre-back for not spending stupid amounts of money. And we got that. £7.5 million for an 80 rated 24-year-old centre-back. I could not have been happier with that deal. Absolute steal. And as well as that, we did bring in another attacking midfielder in Amin Harit. Now, I did see someone commented on this on the season finale of season 1 to try and sign Amin Harit. I had him signed before I saw that comment, so I didn't want to respond to it because I didn't want to ruin the surprise. But Amin Harit has come in as our as an attacking midfield option. I think we paid about, God, it was no more than like £15 million, if I remember rightly. We got him again, an absolute steal. So I cannot complain about that at all. We're building a young side full of talent, and I mean Harit is just going to add to that. So 2 new signings brought in alongside El Shaarawy, with 3 new signings in total coming in, and Zappacosta going out, as well as Jesus Perotti and Pastore making their way out from the end of last season. As well as that, our Champions League group was drawn, and look who we got. Of course we would have to get Ajax, the team that we had the chance to go to in the summer. We turned them down. We turned down the reigning European champions to stay at the Stadio Olimpico, so obviously we get them in the Champions League group stages. So along with them we have Red Bull Leipzig and Dinamo Zagreb, which is a difficult group, I would say. It's one of the more difficult groups in this year's Champions League. So it's going to be a struggle, but I think that we can get out of that with the talent that we have. Just going to flick through the rest of the groups in the Champions League there, just so we can see who is all in them. You can feel free to pause at any stage of the proceedings to see. Bloody hell, Barcelona and Arsenal again. Christ, who says that the Champions League's rigged, eh? So yeah, feel free to cycle through and stop and pause on any group that takes your fancy. So there we go, that's everyone all up to speed. Apologies, I don't have any footage from the opening game of the season. It's entirely my fault. I am an idiot, a moron, a buffoon, a nincompoop, and an oik furthermore. If you can think of any other creative insults, chuck them in the comment section below. So yeah, we're all caught up, and hopefully you're not too angry. Please don't be angry with me, validate me, I need your validation. So like I say, with Zappacosta leaving, we do need another backup right back. And this is the lad we have identified, Kenny Tete out of Lyon, 25 years old, 78 rated, Dutch right back, can also play on the left, and he can play at centre half and on the right hand side of midfield if required, so he is going to be the boy. Again, it doesn't have to be, he's perfectly capable, he's very good, but we have Florenzi who will be starting the majority of the games. We just need someone to step in when required, so we're going to start negotiations with Tete. I am absolutely cheating this game. He's got an 8.3 million release fee. I'm not going to not pay that. Like, I'd be stupid not to, because we have the money to spend and we have the salary budget. 8.3 million for a 79 rated right back, 24 years old. Obviously I'm going to go for that. We're going to offer him a 3-year deal on 46 grand a week. He wants a release fee because they always do. It's the same as what we're going to pay for him now, so we'll make no money on him, but we'll lose no money on him. But we'll see what he says to that. So while we're waiting to hear back from Lyon and Kenny Tete, we're going to play the first of our 2 games in this episode. The first against Atalanta away in Serie A, with a team of, who have they got? Golini, Palomino, Rafael Toloi, Kjaer, De Roon, Freuler, Castagna, Ilicic, Toze, Gomez and Zapata. We consider we have our first Champions League game coming up next, so we want to rotate the side a little bit. So Martinez Quarta is going to get his first start, as is Harit. Centurion's going to start on the left, and Gabi Barbosa is going to start up front, as we want to keep Dzeko for the Champions League. Won the first game against Parma. We look to make it 2-2 to cement our title ambitions. That is what this whole season is about, is taking the Scudetto away from Juventus. I feel like we have a stronger chance of doing that than we did last season, so if we can get 2 wins out of our first 2 games, that's going to go a long way to securing the title. Perfect conditions for a game of soccer ball as we come out onto the is it the Givis, the Gwis, the Gwis, the sponsor stadium that I can't pronounce because I am an uncultured swine. And there is our young man at the back, Martinez Quarta, making his debut. Spinazzola, good play, Spinazzola. To cut it across and no one's there to tap it in. An open net. That's the best chance of the game. That's really sad. This game has been terrible. Ball over the top, looking for a Zapata. He's in behind. Looks to get the ball across. It's blocked by Florenzi. Comes out to Castagna. Florenzi does well to win it back. He's got Barbosa up ahead of him. Finds Barbosa, who gives it out to Under. Back inside to Barbosa. Out to Centurion. Looks to get the shot away, and that sums up this half. It's been absolutely terrible. Here's Centurion. Inside to Harry. Got space to line up a shot. Harry! And he's put it just wide. Cristante, lovely ball. Barbosa, he's in. This is our first big chance of the game, and it's Gabi Barbosa! Saved by Golini, and no one there to follow up. Barbosa. It's Under! And finally we have the breakthrough. Cengiz Under has given us the lead. God, it's been a struggle, but we have got the lead finally through Cengiz Under, the unsung hero of last season. Has got his first of this season, and he's made no bones about it. He's just going to smack that as hard as he can past Golini just to make sure. It's been such a scrappy game. We've had decent build-up but absolutely no final product until now, with Cengiz Under giving us the lead. And here's Castagna immediately from kickoff against Cristante, and he's got past him, and it's Eduardo! And just like that, we have been pegged back through the substitute Eduardo. It's his first touch. He's literally just come on the pitch. And Atalanta, who have created absolutely nothing all game, have equalised through the substitute Eduardo. Free kick right on the edge of the box. It's going to be difficult to get this up and down in time. It was given away by their goal scorer, Eduardo, as Florenzi stands over it. Don't know if that's too much or too little. It's too little, but it comes back to Florenzi to smack it back in. What a goal! Alessandro Florenzi with an absolute screamer. Well, there you go. Insult to injury. To who did it smack in the face? I don't care. It's hit the wall as it smacked someone right in the face. And it comes out to Florenzi, who bangs it on the half volley. Golini completely flummoxed, and we retake the lead with an absolute perler. There's Castagne, ball through for Zapata, and they've done it again. Duvan Zapata this time equalises immediately for Atalanta. Straight from kickoff, they've done it again. Castagne out wide for Eduardo. Looks to get it across. Florenzi across. Might just have to bring him down. He's still going. I can't take him down. It's Freuler on the edge of the area. Cristante makes the tackle. Now, go. Give it. Under. Can he reach it? He can. He's in. Cengiz Under to win the game. And he's missed it. Oh my Christ. He's missed a one-on-one with the last kick of the game. Oh, I cannot believe it. Why did I try to curl it? It never works. Why didn't I just bang it? Oh, God. That is infuriating. That is so annoying. But the last kick of the game. But anyway, we draw with Atalanta, who are on the same points as us on 4 points. Inter Milan, currently unbeaten. It's only 2 games into the season. And Juventus, where are Juventus? 12th. That's good. We're a point ahead of Juventus, so any advantage we can have over them at any point of the season is good. But we've thrown that game away. Took the lead twice, and immediately went behind straight after we scored, and then missed with the last kick of the game. Well, the good news is that Lyon have come back to us. They had to accept the transfer offer. The players' representative have come back to us off their terms, so demanding an appearance bonus to be added. I can do that, not a problem. So we're going to accept this, and Kenny Tete, you're going to become our 4th signing of this window, and that's pretty much going to be the last piece of business I'm going to do. We've replaced everyone that's gone out with an upgrade, and I can't really be bad to that. I'm really happy with our business, and we're still going to have a whole heap of money left over for January as well. So Kenny Tete, we're going to accept those terms, and welcome to Rome. It is transfer deadline day, and like I say, we're not planning on making any real moves in regards to bringing people in. So I think we're just gonna skim through deadline day and just get it over and done with. Unless a ridiculous offer comes in, I don't think we're looking to sell anyone or bring anyone in, so we'll just skip through it. And there it is, the summer transfer window has slammed shut. We have done our business. I'm very pleased with the business that we've done. 4 new players in, and I think 4 players out. And we've replaced all of them with a substantially better upgrade, is what I should say. We've brought down the average age of the squad, and we've brought in some quality replacements. So all in all, I am very happy with our business. Our first press conference as a Champions League side. It's widely believed you'll easily make it past the group stage, but how are you feeling about your prospects? Yeah, I think we're in one of the toughest groups. Personally, I think will you win the group easily? It'll go down to the wire. Obviously, I'm not going to say we're obviously going to win. My opinion is that we're living on another planet. It'll be easy to progress from this stage. The moment you take your eye off the opponent is the moment you get a black eye. No, I think this group will go down to the wire. Yeah, I agree. So here we go with the second and final game of this episode, and it is our first Champions League game of the series. We were in the Europa League last year, of course. Heartbreak in the quarterfinals where we went out to Arsenal. But this is where we wanted to be, and this is where our journey begins with a first group stage game against RB Leipzig, arguably one of the hardest teams in the group. Of course, it's between them and Ajax. Dinamo Zagreb, no disrespect, but they are the easier draw of the other 2 teams that we have in this group. So who do we have? We are going with our usual lineup. The only difference is that Diawara is going to start, because in the Parma game he played really well, and I figured I'd bring him in for this game, as well as El Shaarawy starting on the left against a Leipzig team of Nizza in goal. I don't know who that is, so clearly Galashi is gone. Upamecano, Kanate, Alcantara, whoever he is, Klosterman, Leimer, Haidara, Forsberg, Riyad Boudibous is there for some reason, Patrick Schick and Timo Werner. So no Yusuf Poulsen, no Marcel Sabitzer, so unless they're sold or just not playing. Either way, it's definitely not their strongest side, but look at that front two. We have to be wary of that, especially Timo Werner. So if we can keep him quiet, we'll have a chance. The Stadio Olimpico on a European night. Does it really get much better than that? No is the answer to that rhetorical question. As we stand in the tunnel, make our way out onto the pitch for the first time in the Champions League this season, or this series I should say, with a side that I'm pretty sure we can get out of the group stage with. There's no reason why we can't. I'm just going to soak in this atmosphere on the opening day of the Champions League. This is where we deserve to be, and this is where we hope to stay for the foreseeable future. Here we go, our Champions League campaign is underway. Got Dzeko in the middle. Dzeko looking for the overhead kick. Jesus, Eden, don't be doing that. You're 109. Booty Boos. Looks for Schick. And Schick's away from Regani. Finds Booty Boos on the edge of the area. Booty Boos with a shot saved by Lopez. And it's in. It's followed up. And Timo Werner has put it into the back of the net. And Leipzig have the lead. A howler from Pau Lopez in goal. And Leipzig have the lead through Timo Werner. What a mistake by Lopez. Corner right at the end of the first half, which Florenzi is going to take. Drifted in. We're going to get another chance at it. Finds El Shaarawy to strike one. Saved by Nietzsche. Leipzig corner to be delivered by Forsberg. And it comes. There's Schick. And it's just over the top of the crossbar, and we are really letting this game get away from us here. Dzeko, ball out wide for El Shaarawy. No options, has to pull it back to Cristante. He's got time on the edge of the box to line up a shot, and it's been denied, parried away by Nietzsche. There's Schick inside for Werner, turns, shoots. Lopez with the save this time. In there to Barbosa. To Dzeko. El Shaarawy steps inside, gets the shot away, and he's put it just wide into the second minute of added time, and we're going to lose our opening Champions League game in a performance where we have looked absolutely not cut out for this level. We need to improve if we're going to qualify for the group stage. And there it is, a 1-0 loss. We were absolutely abysmal in that game, although had Leipzig not got that huge stroke of fortune, we might have escaped with a draw, but as it is, we have lost our opening game. The saving grace is that Ajax and Zagreb have drawn their game, so it could have worked out a lot worse for us, so we'll take that. And with that, that is where we're going to end this episode of the Master League series. Frustration, I think, is the word that sums up this episode. Hugely frustrating to not win that game against Atalanta, and hugely frustrating in regards to our performance against Leipzig in our opening Champions League game. So hopefully, well, we're going to have to pick up in both League and Europe if we're going to make a dent in anything this season. But that is going to do it, as I say, for this episode. If you did enjoy it, do hit that like button, do hit that subscribe button. That would be most good of you, and we do appreciate it greatly. And if you do hit that bell so you're notified of when we make new videos. A whole load of stuff coming. This quarantine carry-on has forced us to be creative and actually make stuff. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and as always, we will see you in the next one.